Mm-hmm.
They don't owe you shit because they don't care about guys like you. And you still have to do this shit. Why do you owe them? Because they're the ones who's talking shit about you.
For sure. Yeah, like it's just gonna hurt. It's just gonna hurt it for the next one too, and it's gonna, people are, if Rambo 5 happens, people aren't gonna take it seriously. There's always gonna be that thing in people's minds of, oh, he's gonna cater to the crowd more, to the younger crowd, or, just to make it more successful at the box office.
When he did Rocky 6, Rocky Balboa, and Rambo 4, he didn't give a shit about money. He cared about the fans, and all of a sudden he does this freaking 180. It doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
I'm trying to think of another movie he's done that with. Well, say Grudge Match, for example.
I haven't seen that yet.
It was okay, but it could have been, if they would have played their cards right, they could have had, because there is darker elements in the movie, but they don't really touch on them. But if they would have went for it, it would have felt like the good general audience take on Rocky, which was like the G-rated, but the old school, classic G-rated, mixed with the gritty NC-17 of Raging Bull. They could have done it, but they just it just felt kind of like a cop-out in the end. It was a good movie, don't get me wrong. It was just, you could tell that it could have been better. It would have been so easy to make it better. Like, if someone who really had love for that genre wrote that movie, it would have been good.
Exact point, because if there was a fan, that's a problem. It's not. I remember LCP that the fans should more fans should do more movies. Like this Ninja Turtles movie that this guy's trying to make.
Yeah.
Fans should start making movies.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm more interested in seeing this fan-based Ninja Turtle movie than I am the big screen Ninja Turtle movie that's coming out. I'd rather go see the little one.
Yeah, me too, man. I'll still go see this new one, but I prefer this fan one.
Yeah.
I'll still go see this. I go with this one on YouTube all the way.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be pretty cool. And once again, they're using amazing source material, and they're going dark, which is good. They're going back to the Ninja Turtle roots, the badass, slice up your face Ninja Turtles, the old school, the dark, the gritty Ninja Turtles.
Right now, YouTube is a perfect place for to go see movies when it comes to fans, because Hollywood doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right now, YouTube is good Hollywood right now.
Yeah, it's true. So much amazing talent on here.
And YouTube is honest. YouTube tells the truth. You got a lot of people ranting about Hollywood. You watch public TV. You don't see any stories of the crap going on in Hollywood. It's like the stuff, the so-called good stuff, like the movies they say they're good. You don't see anybody ranting a movie that we rant about on YouTube at all.
Yeah. So very true. So very true. There are tons of channels on YouTube that would be amazing on television.
I agree.
So yeah, hands down. Yeah.
You remember that thing I made called the Old School Losers Club?
Yeah.
I want to try to get that back up running again. Now, I'm thinking about maybe doing a Wix website on that too, like I did with the Cobra 2 website.
Definitely.
I want to get that club running again, because the bullshit right now, I need to bring that back. That bullshit going on with Hollywood right now, I need to bring that club back.
For sure. No question about it. I know, like, when you guys were like doing your trio, you and Rambo Rap and Zero Cool, you had that right on. You hit that nail right on the head. You guys were like, it was really honest and good. Like, not just review, but like just how you guys talked about like a lot of the subject matter that's going on in Hollywood. How Hollywood really doesn't care about what they're doing anymore, and it's the next generation that's going to suffer. You know, sooner or later we're going to hit that wall where it's not going to put up anymore. You know, the movies that are coming out are not. So sooner or later, somewhere it's got to give way, where the movie companies aren't going to be able to grab the cash anymore. You know, we're going to have to pay. You know, like George Lucas was saying, and Steven Spielberg, how it's going to start going backward. How we're going to have to pay, like, you know, $40 or $50 to go see a movie.
Oh, God.
You know, it's going to be like the opera, because Hollywood's turning out all these bad movies, and they're not making enough good ones to keep the balance in check. So that would be a great podium. The Old School Losers Club would be a great podium to address that situation.
Exactly, and even for supporting Rambo, I want to put, like I said, I want to put something involving the film where the fan club while they're doing one of their meetings, they're ranting about the bullshit going on in Hollywood.
Well, I had a little idea of putting like at the end of the movie, after everything, like during the credit sequence, a thing kind of where Blair leaves town to go home, solve her problems at home, then come back with a sequel where, you know, like say her father dies or whatever, and she's looking for, she returns to her actual home, which is with the club.
Yeah. And
have her come back, but at the same time she's kind of called back into action because she hears all these things on TV. How, remember, like, as soon as Rambo 4 came out, Sly started talking about, we're going to do 5 as a prequel with someone else. We're going to reboot the franchise using someone else. And have the actual film crew go to make this new Rambo movie in Wolf Den. And have, like, just bullshit. Everything's bullshit. Bullshit casting. Just stupid. Everything's crazy. And the team kind of gets together to go kamikaze and shut down production of the movie.
Oh, that's a good. I agree with that. But yeah, absolutely. And I do want to include it through the whole movie, and also I want to do something through the end credits where you know, in the end credits of Rocky Balboa, the last Rocky, where all the fans ran up to the stairs of the museum where the Rocky statue was.
Yeah.
I remember Sly, while he was promoting Rocky Balboa, on Good Morning America, they showed that. I was like, and everybody knew he was coming out with Rambo after this. I was like, why can't you do something like this for Rambo? Because Rocky, today, Rocky, when they think of Sylvester automatically, they don't think Rambo that much.
Yeah.
And that pissed me off. I was thinking, why not do the same thing for Rambo, like, you know, supporting Rambo, where we can have a lot of Rambo fans, you know, reenacting some scenes, like the bridge, like where they're at the bridge, or
that would be perfect.
Or even when they're in Philadelphia, where the Rockies they're running up steps and kind of mocking Rocky a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
and the bridge worked good too, because that's the turning point. When Rambo was standing on the bridge, he made the conscious decision: am I going to start something to end something, or am I going to let it go? And he walked across that bridge, right?
Yeah.
So that would be perfect.
You know, every time they talk about Rocky with the Museum of the Stabs, but they never talk about the Rambo bridge. That's they're all talking about the Rocky statue on the stairs, but no one talked about the Rambo bridge at all. The same thing with the.
Yeah.
It pisses me off.
And that bridge is gone. I think that bridge is gone now, isn't it? There's a new bridge.
I hope not.
I think you could buy pieces of the bridge. I'm pretty sure it's gone. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna check that out.
You know what? In Rocky Balboa, when they mentioned how they took his statue down.
Yeah.
Maybe we should. Maybe it's like the same thing with the bridge. Maybe we should include that in the movie with the whole thing with the bridge.
That would be a fantastic idea. That is a fantastic idea.
Because they give so much praise on the Rocky statue on the stairs, but no one ever mentioned the bridge of Rambo.
Yeah.
When they mention the Rocky, they always mention the statue and the stairs. But when it comes to Rambo, when they talk about Rambo, they never mention the bridge. If you go back to how Rambo was used in the '80s, they never talked about the bridge. They talked about Rocky with the statue and the stairs, but every time they talked about Rambo, how big he was back at the time, they never mentioned the bridge at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, eh? Because it plays such an integral role. I don't know if that's the right word to use. It plays such a big role because that is, like I said before, that's the precipice. That's the turning point. You know,
Exactly.
That not walking across that bridge would have changed history forever.
You know, it's like how the same thing, how Rocky kind of set the tone when he runs up the stairs.
Yeah, and especially in Rocky 2.
Yeah.
When he goes through the whole city, he's got all the kids running with him, and I don't know how those kids kept up, but anyway, he gets up the stairs, and yeah, definitely.
You know what? If you watch Rocky 2, they didn't. I don't think anybody noticed this until us. He's wearing a red headband.
Yeah.
So it kind of looks like it kind of has that image. It's like Rambo running up the stairs.
It's true. Oh, that's a great movie. I think that's the best sequel I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, that is... Oh, man, that's such a great movie. Everybody hates that movie. I don't understand why everybody hates that movie.
God.
That movie was great. That movie... Man, that makes me cry. I was watching that with my girlfriend like 2 months ago, and I wanted to cry through the whole thing, but I couldn't, you know, because I can't let her see that I'm sensitive to these things. So...
Yeah, I hear her laughing.
But yeah, like...
I don't get why people hate that movie, because in this one, he won the title.
Yeah.
Why would you hate that movie if you won the... If everybody knew at the end of the first one there had to be a scene because to talk about the rematch.
Yeah.
Everybody knew there was going to be a sequel.
Yeah.
And
for sure. Come on.
And they hate that movie. Give me a break.
It was one of the in my book, I think that's one of the best movies of all time, because not only does it keep the spirit of the first one, but it enhances on the first one. Even like the fight in that movie is my favorite fight out of all the movies. That fight is so well done. Like, but not just that, just the male quality of it alone, which, you know, you're a guy, so I know you can relate to this too, is that whole feeling of not being able to pull your weight. You know, like how Rocky's down through the whole movie because he knows he's good at doing this one thing, which is fighting, but, you know, he knows he's not going to get treated as anything else but a fighter. So he tries to get jobs and stuff, and he can't do it because that's not what he's made for, you know?
Exactly.
And then having Adrian have to, like, pick up the slack. And, you know, she's pregnant too, so she has to pick up the slack. And then having, like, you know, everybody tell him, oh, you should fight. But Adrian knows that if Rocky fights, he's probably going to go blind. You know, his eye is all messed up. So he's probably either going to be killed or go blind. So, obviously, you know, there's that paradigm of, you know, doing what you know is right and doing what you know is best and trying to make those two things fit together.